Hello YouTube, how you doing? Just want to say thank you very much for all the likes and subscribers and people that are continuing to watch us. It is greatly appreciated. So I was just reaching out there just to say thank you and just showing appreciation. But I hope you have a good day and enjoy the next video. Right, so we're getting straight into this. I was grateful enough for one of my online clients to give me pretty much a free day pass to David Lloyd. It's a great facility and I'm going to be using it for a bit of recovery. But before I started doing my recovery, I've seen this rolly spinny thing which you put your lower back and that on. I was going to get a video of me doing it as well, but it just looked really weird. But it was actually quite interesting. It looks like a bloody conveyor belt that's just or some sort of weird torture device, but it did work. It was nice. Right, so this is me just gone into the plunge pool now, and all I've really done is I've just been doing really hot jacuzzi, and obviously that was just like the hot part, and this is the cold part. This is the plunge pool. Don't know what temperature it is, but it is awfully cold. And all I'm really going to do is I'm going to do about 10 minutes in the jacuzzi, and I'll do about 5 minutes in the plunge pool, and I do this rounds back and forth. And I do about 4 to 5 rounds, and this is called contrast therapy. So all it's really doing is just going to. There's a lot of debates on it. I do like it. I also like the psychological part of it as well, on just how better I feel after doing this. It's quite it tests you mentally. It's not for it's not easy. Just to sit there emotionless, as you can see there's a few people walking past and all sorts of stuff. But I would, if you're in a facility where you can use this kind of stuff, I would strongly recommend it. But only do it on your rest days as well. Don't be doing any sort of cold treatment after training. So just a heads up with that one. And then I was just heading back through Fife. So obviously got a Nando's. I'm sort of watching my calories at the moment, but you've got carbs, protein, and fats covered here. Chicken breast, creamy mash, and a lot of olives and sort of mushrooms and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of sodium in there. But again, I've sweated a lot of salt out my body during the hot and cold, so it's just replenishing. Right, so we're into our training now. So this is me just warming up for log float overhead. This was only 90 kilo, nice, easy, steady push press there. And then we're going into 100 kilo, building up. Again, I've done plenty of warm-ups on a lot of priming stuff. I'm not going to show you all that. We'll just get straight to the meat and bone of this. As you can see, 100 kilo, pushing through. Grip top will now go on, so just to create a bit more traction with the clean on the upper chest. This is 110 kilo. This will be the last warm-up. Nice and aggressive with the clean. Popping through, easy stuff. And then the nitty-gritty one. Just getting a wee bit hyped up here, just visualising as well. Getting a bit of controlled aggression I'm going to use. You know what I mean? Not getting overhyped, but I'm aggressive, but I'm in control of what I'm doing. But nice pick up, really aggressive clean. And then just a wee bit of balance at the top. I was just sort of move forward a wee bit, but there's 120 there, and I've probably got about 140 at the moment. So this is arm over arm. This is over 210 kilo on the sled in total. There is an arm over arm on comp day. So I am looking forward to that because I can get really aggressive with this, as you can see here. And all I'm really doing is I'm not just using my arms. What you want to sort of imagine if you ever do an arm over arm is it's like a leg press, and all your arms are really doing is you're just pulling the rope. All the power is coming from the legs. You just need to hold on for dear life with your grip, and then obviously use your arms at that sort of top end point where you can see me leaning back and just really shifting my hips down the way as well, and then firing. And then we're just doing some power stairs. This was only 125 kilo worth of plate, so it was about 130, which is really light at the moment for me. I am confidently good at power stairs. I've sealed 2 titles through power stairs, so I'm very confident going into it. But this is just honest repetitions at the moment. Boots will be going on for next week as well. And then we'll just keep repeating what we're doing, keep this pattern going. I love power stairs, but yeah, I'm probably being a wee bit biased as well. But next, we're just into some sandbag loading. This is actually the specific exact height that on the final event, as if you get to the finals, you need to load 5 implements. So it's like a sandbag, a keg, a fire hydrant. I think it's just a couple more implements, which I can't recall. But just getting some on-edge mileage in. Just scoot my hands. I'm not like in any rush. I'm just getting that nice triple extension, nice and high, and then resetting there. But I'm just scooping my hands under. If I was in a rush, I wouldn't do it as much like that, but I am. Right, so this is what I have pre and during, we'll say, intra workout prior to training is Strom's Hydromax. So it's pretty much just like it's a hydration formula on top of taking pink Himalayan salt. So just got a shaker for that. Berry Licious, which is actually a really good taste. It's got taurine, cranberry extract and coconut water in it. So ingredients are absolutely solid on this. It is a really, really good brand. One thing this doesn't contain is some form of like salt or sodium, so that's why I add that in as well, because you can cramp up through lack of just salts. So having all this combined is pretty much, you're getting your bang for your buck, we'll say. So I would strongly recommend this, just for performance and well, I'm not going to say prevent, but reducing cramps if they happen, and this will keep you covered. So me and Nicola were watching some YouTube stuff online, and someone made like a Philly cheesesteak in Philadelphia, and Nicola has just made one herself, and very caloric, but it was one of the best meals I've ever had. But yeah, but moving on with that, all I'm really doing here is just some sort of priming mobility work to work on my hips. I have had serious mobility issues in the past. I can hold myself accountable with that. But what we're really doing now is starting to open up pathways that I've not had in a very, very long time. Because all the strength is there. We just need to get the body a bit more loose, and we're going to start performing better. But as you can see here, this is just axle floor overhead with the wagon wheels. Just a nice wee warm up. It's only 70 kilo if I recall. But then this is 115 kilos, so this is one of my last warm-ups, but I'm not going to show too many warm-ups, but nice there, nice thumbless grip, pushing through, very, very hyped, very, very happy with that. And then this is a naughty one, 130 kilo. This is going to be the heaviest weight you can choose for the Arnold Ohio's finals pressing event, and I have full intention on choosing that weight as well, but it was about an RP 7, if that. So just moving into some strict log now, because I've just pressed 150 kilo axle, like log's just going to be feeling ridiculous now. So that was 80 kilo, and then we're just progressing it. So this is 100 kilo, so nice aggressive clean. There is a knee rebend there, I'm calling it a strict press, but you can see the little knee rebend there, but whatever. Just really engaging that upper chest as well, sort of that upside down bench press, we'll say. But again, it's just nice, honest, straightforward stack work that which we're doing here. And then we're just moving into some proper circus dumbbell here. I'm not a big fan of it, but I know I can just muscle through and get it done. It is one of the events, the comp, part of a medley, so it's log, circus dumbbell, but we're here. This one's about 65 kilo. It's easy enough. I'm going to go to the heavy one next time, but as you can see, it's wee Goldie. Just sent it there, using the grip top just for a bit of traction. It's popping through, easy stuff, but it ends up rolling off and almost knocking something out. And then we're just going into some more strict work. So this is just a single arm dumbbell press. You have seen this in the last few YouTube videos, but again, I am doing very, very similar movements each week, but they're all getting progressively overloaded, so they're just getting heavier and heavier. There's more repetitions or more volume, etc, etc, but it's nice, honest single arm work. And again, this might look a wee bit silly, but this is all very specific stuff I'm doing to mobilise my hips and just start opening up pathways that I've not had in a very, very long time, as they say. A lot of sort of like hip hinge, but work in certain areas that just haven't been getting used properly for many years. But we're starting to open up now as well, which is just going to create more potentiation and better performance. Then just moving into some axle, didn't show too much here. This is 200 kilo, just warming up, but I'm keeping it at that. I'm not showing too much of this at the moment. And this is some 13-inch axle pendlay rows. This is about 145 kilo, if I recall. Nice upper back, mid-back movement. It will pass over quite well for the 13-inch axle deadlift as well, but we're just frying the CNS here as hard as we can. Then some 90-90 pronated pull-ups. Again, I'm biased. If you can shift your own body weight and shift a good amount of actual weight comparison to your body weight, you are considered very strong in my eyes, but that's just my opinion on that. Like it or lump it. But my knees and my hips are dropping a wee bit too low there. I'm not too happy with that. So for myself, I will keep my knees a wee bit higher as I start to pretty much go up to the bar. And just some hypers now. Again, just one of the best lower back posterior chain movements you could possibly do, but all I'm doing is it's quite relatively light, but I'm doing quality over quantity. I'm getting a nice full range of movement here, getting a wee bit of tension at the top there, and I'm doing 3 sets of 20, so my heart rate's going to end up going up as well, but I'm just frying my lower back. Maybe a wee bit vain here, but again, just a wee bit of rehab work I'm doing now, a bit of vasal restriction, so just a bit of blood flow restriction, single arm dumbbell curls. I do 2 sets per side, 15 reps. Nothing too wild, but all I'm doing is just isolating the biceps, obviously with the restriction there. It does feel a wee bit uncomfortable. Right, so I've got a wee spicy one today as well. We're in Pepe's. Unfortunately, I was meant to post this last week, but then copyright kicked in because all the kind of music that was played, it was Ed Sheeran that was getting played. Like, you know what I mean? So, obviously, I've chose the extreme heat as well, all the peppers, so I wanted to see if they were actually hot. And I'll give them their due. They were actually pretty hot. I was actually quite impressed, considering it's just up the road for me as well. So a wee bit in play here, we'll call it. I am about 4 tenders in, and I look absolutely disgusting here. Look like an absolute sack of wine here. But I'm into my 5th chicken tender here. Granted, you know what, it was actually relatively quite hot. I was quite impressed. Moustache looking a little bit too ice road trucker, so that has to get amended, but as you can see, I've finished them off. I'm pretty happy with it. And just a wee zoom up of my pus, as they say. I look absolute gopping here, but anyway, you're going to see a wee parody of me smacking my chin with an axle. A wee cheeky replay, just because why not? But anyway, that's the end of the video. As always, appreciate everyone watching, all the views and likes, and if you've not subscribed, it'd be greatly appreciated. But for next time, have a great day. Cheers.